I'm sorry to bother you on such short notice, but there's a friend of mine who is usually too busy to see me. They invited me on a trip, and I said yes. So, can you take care of Daisy?
What? What do you mean, take care of Daisy? You said you'd take care of her.
I did say that, but I don't have a choice, do I? I have my own social life, you know. I'm going out of town, too, so it's the same as you.
What part of this is the same? I'm going on a business trip. I'm not just going out to have some fun. I'm going on a business trip and I won't be home until next week. I asked you to take care of Daisy and you agreed.
I thought it'd be fine. Everyone has certain plans, don't they?
Huh? Don't change the subject. What are you gonna do about Daisy?
There's no problem. She was running a fever, so I put her out of the balcony. Now her temperature will go down after a while, so we don't have to worry about it, right?
You're kidding, right?
No, it's not a joke. I'm serious. She had a fever, so I thought I'd cool her down with a natural cooling solution. I'm a genius, right?
You can't do that. Do you know what temperature it is outside right now?
Come on, I don't know. I know it's cold, but wow, calm down.
It's close to freezing.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Kids are strong. They wear short sleeves and shorts even in the middle of winter, right? So it's fine.
Daisy is only 1 year old. How can she be fine? Put her back in her room right away.
I can't. I'm already in the car with my friend driving. We've already been driving for an hour, and now you want me to ask him to go back home? That's impossible. If you're so worried about it, you go home.
I'm in Toronto right now. Even if I got on the plane right now, it would take me 2.5 hours to get there.
She'd be fine on her own for that long, wouldn't she?
What are you talking about? If she doesn't warm up right now, her life will be in danger.
You're overreacting. You went on a business trip, and I haven't fed her for 3 days, and she's alive. Kids are stronger than you think.
Huh? Why didn't you feed her?
Because you have to feed her baby food or something, right? I don't know anything about that.
That's why I made it for you. I made it, so all you have to do was heat it up in the microwave. I even explained to you how long it takes to heat it up.
Did you?
I asked you by text if it was all eaten. And you replied, yes, it was.
That means I ate it.
What?
I said I had a toothache lately. I thought that's why you prepared soft food for me.
That can't be true. There's no way you could have mistaken baby food for adult food. I did put a note on the table saying it was Daisy's food, didn't I?
Yes, you did put a note on it. But that means there's no food for me.
You don't work, so you can at least prepare your own food.
If you say that, Daisy doesn't work either. You should let her prepare her own food.
Huh? Have you lost your mind? You know what a 1-year-old can and can't do.
Calm down. I used to have a parakeet. I didn't have to feed it for almost a week and it survived. So I'm sure she'll be fine for a few more days.
Huh? Don't put Daisy and a parrot in the same category. That's enough. It was stupid of me to leave you in charge.
Huh?
I'll explain the situation to my boss and ask him to let me go home right now.
Yeah, why didn't you just do that from the beginning?
You're no longer needed. Why don't you just stay with your friends?
Wait a minute. You're not thinking about divorce, are you?
Then what? That's the least I should do.
I'm in trouble. I don't have a job.
So what? Don't treat me like I'm an ATM. I don't have time for you anymore.
Wait a minute. I'm not getting a divorce.
After everything you've done, how could you not think you're getting divorced? What? Scum! My name is Melissa. I have a family of 3 with my husband, who is a scumbag, Kevin, and 1-year-old Daisy. Kevin suddenly quit his job 6 months ago and promised to look for a new job right away. But he never seems to be looking for a new job. He has been playing all the time. If only he would take an active role in housework and childcare. But he keeps eating and using up all the food. He's making me work even harder. I've been thinking about divorce for a while, but I have a daughter, and I had a faint hope that he would change someday. I was really hoping that. This incident has made it clear to me that this was a mistake. I don't intend to continue our married life. But my first priority right now is my daughter. Even if I got my boss's permission to go to the airport right now, it would take me 3 hours to get home. If I don't rescue my daughter from the balcony right now, I decided to contact someone. And then I found out something unbelievable. Thank you so much for rescuing my daughter.
No problem. We have daughters the same age as each other, and when we are in trouble, it's natural, right? We're in the same apartment next door to each other, and you can always count on me.
I'm glad we exchanged contact information. Thank you so much for taking care of it so quickly.
You asked the landlord to unlock the door. I'm so thankful you thought to contact him.
Yes, thanks also to the landlord who was able to help us even though it was at night. I'll be sure to thank him later.
By the way, about Daisy.
You called an ambulance and went to the hospital with her. I'm sorry for everything.
I don't want you to apologize. I saw the doctor earlier, but she's in critical condition.
Oh no!
She's got a cold, and she's had her body cool down too quickly. She's very weak. She was malnourished too. The doctor was very surprised.
Will she recover?
So far, I can't say, but she hasn't regained consciousness yet.
Are you serious?
I wish I could tell you it's not true, but I'm so sorry I couldn't do anything.
That's okay. If it weren't for you, the situation would have been even worse.
All I can do is pray for her to regain consciousness. I would absolutely hate to see such a good girl die.
Thanks. I'm on my way to the airport right now. It'll take me about 3 hours to get to the hospital. I'm really sorry, but can I ask Daisy to stay with you until then?
Of course, I will.
Thank you. Of course, I'll make it up to you.
I don't need that. Daisy is such a sweet girl. I'm with her because I don't want to leave her by herself. But how did this happen?
Actually, I asked my husband to take care of our daughter while I was on a business trip. He left Daisy on the balcony when she was sick. Then he went on a trip. My husband ate all the food I had prepared for Daisy.
What? He ate the baby food?
It sounds crazy, doesn't it?
And to leave the child behind and travel. I mean, Melissa, you were on a business trip. Since when?
Since the day before yesterday.
I see. So that's how it is. I was thinking something is strange. So, that voice was Melissa's.
What are you talking about?
Well, maybe it's better not to ask now with Daisy here.
Tell me.
But
I feel like I have to know now.
I understand. Actually, for the past 2 days, I've been hearing voices coming from your apartment.
What kind of voices?
Well, it's hard to say, but it sounded like 2 people having sex.
Okay.
The apartment where we live is relatively new, and the walls are solid, right? So I've never been bothered by it before. But the last 2 days, the voices were so loud that I was surprised.
That loud?
Yes, that's right. Seriously, it was so loud that it blocked out the sound of my TV.
That means
He must have had a woman in there with him.
that's... You should have called me right away.
Because, I thought it was suspicious too. I was trying to convince myself that it was Melissa.
You're right. I'm really sorry for making you feel bad. So, he left Daisy alone and flirted with a girl. That's really unbelievable. He's a scumbag.
And really mad too. When I was single, I was naive and I dated a few scumbags. But never this much of a scumbag.
Come to think of it, when Daisy was left on the balcony, didn't you hear her crying or something?
No, she was already limp and weak when I came to get her. I don't think she had the energy to cry.
I see.
I don't mean to blame you, but why did you entrust Daisy to someone like that? I don't know your husband very well. Has he been like that since Daisy was born?
He seemed really happy when Daisy was born. He said, let's protect her together. But 6 months ago, my husband suddenly quit his job and became unemployed. He changed from then on. He's been leaving Daisy to me. I'm the only one who earns enough money for the 3 of us to survive. I have to go on a business trip to earn money to make ends meet.
Are you the kind of person who couldn't ask your parents or anyone else for help?
Both of my parents' homes are far out of state. So I was thinking of refusing the business trip. But my husband promised to take good care of her. I believed him.
He's her father, after all. You'd think he'd at least take care of his child. My ex was a scumbag in his own way, but he never put his children in danger.
I wanted to believe that he had love for our daughter.
I understand. Oh, Daisy woke up!
Really?
I just called the doctor. She regained consciousness, so she's fine now. I think she's waiting for you.
I'm so glad. Thanks to you. Actually, I couldn't stop crying all the way to the airport. I want to run over right now and give Daisy a huge hug.
Daisy did a great job with her tiny body. When you see her, give her a lot of kisses.
I'll hug and kiss her so much.
She'll be so happy to see you.
I know. I'll be landing soon, so I'm heading straight to the hospital. See you soon.
Okay, take care.
Has Daisy's fever gone down?
With freezing cold weather, you left Daisy on the balcony, and now you're pretending to be worried about her. It wasn't just a fever, she was so cold.
Which means that thanks to me, the fever has gone down. I knew it. Nature's medicine is awesome.
Are you serious? You put her in a very dangerous situation. If it had been a little later, she would have died.
Oh, really? I was going to leave today, but things got so hectic that I'm going back to my friend's place for one more night. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, right. You don't have to come back ever.
What? Why? What are you so angry about? Come on, get back in a good mood.
I almost lost Daisy because of you. It's not about my mood.
Daisy's alive, right? Then why don't you let it go? See? I told ya. Kids are strong. You care too much.
Stop thinking you're right. Children can lose their lives so easily. What you did is the same as a criminal.
You're really overreacting. I was traveling. I bought you a souvenir. Put yourself in a good mood.
I don't want that. So pay me $30,000 alimony and I get a divorce.
Huh?
You're cheating on me, aren't you?
Of course not.
Then what are you doing with who now?
What? I'm relaxing at a friend's house. You're tired from your trip. You should relax once in a while.
Once in a while? How can you say that when you haven't worked for 6 months? It's no use trying to fool me. She's from Connecticut, right?
Huh?
It's no use trying to lie to me. You took a trip with her and now you're at her house, right?
What? You're looking from somewhere?
I've hired a private detective. They know everything you do.
Why would you do such a thing?
They told me you were bringing girls into the house. My mom friend who lives next door told me.
You're kidding. Which one?
Left.
Left? Could it be that cheap-looking woman? You exchanged contacts with her.
Yeah, our kids are the same age, so we hit it off. We've been friends since we moved here. She's not the most respectable-looking woman, but she's a nice person who's always helping me out and taking good care of Daisy.
How is it possible? I didn't know that girl had a kid. She wears a lot of makeup and brand-name stuff all the time. She definitely doesn't seem to like kids or anything.
Looks can be deceiving. By the way, it was the neighbor mom who saved Daisy. If it wasn't for her, Daisy might not have made it. I can't thank her enough.
But why did she... How did she know I was bringing a woman into the house? I made sure there were no one around when I went into the room.
Because you guys were so loud. Sounds like you guys were having a lot of fun.
Oh my God. I knew you were out of town on a business trip, so I didn't worry. I just got carried away.
You got carried away? How can you say such a stupid thing after having an affair? And she's not the only one who cheated with you, right?
Huh?
The woman you're with in Connecticut right now. It's a different woman than the one you brought into the house, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Because the woman you were having an affair with came to our house the other day.
Huh? Why?
Seems like you said she could come over any time she wanted because your wife wasn't home. She said she thought you were on an overseas business trip because you talked like that. She was trying to run away, but I caught her and asked her a lot of questions. Looks like she used Daisy's food I had prepared for some kinky sex play too. That's really disgusting. And I asked the detective about it. I heard that there are girls from all over the state. They come to play with when I'm working during the day. One in New York, and today you're in Connecticut. Where the hell are you going tomorrow?
New York is for New York girls. Connecticut girls have their good points.
Are you stupid?
Shut up! I wanted to dream a little too. I used the hookup app. It was hard work meeting my girlfriends at each location.
That's bullshit. You've been cheating on your wife since you've lost your job, and you didn't even look for a job.
Listen, there's a reason for that.
What's that?
I happened to look up at the sky and saw a bird flying freely. I hated myself for what I'd done. I thought to myself, what am I doing at work every day? I don't want to be arguing with my boss or my clients. So I decided to live by instinct.
Huh? That's the reason?
There's nothing wrong with me. What's bad is human instincts that can't be suppressed even after marriage.
No, it's all your fault.
Huh?
You don't work. You don't take care of your 1-year-old child. You're no better than an insect. You're no better than a slug. You're such a piece of shit. You make me want to vomit.
What's the matter? What's wrong with you?
Because you keep coming up with these lame excuses. I have to say things I don't want to say, don't I? Are you trying to tell me that the lower half of your body has no personality? You really are a pathetic person, aren't you?
You don't have to say all that.
I don't care about cheating at this point. But the fact that you put Daisy in danger for such a stupid reason, I'll never forgive you.
I don't have a choice. If I take a 1-year-old kid to a girl's place, I'd get dumped.
Oh, enough, enough, enough. I know it's not worth talking about. You can go in jail for now.
Huh?
What you did, it's a crime of abandonment.
What's that?
Parents have a duty to raise their children. But you left your daughter on the balcony with a high fever without feeding her. Do you really think that's not a crime?
I thought it was fine. It was unintentional.
That's not possible. You knew what you were doing. You did something that even an adult wouldn't have been able to stand. Especially a 1-year-old wouldn't be okay.
But, huh? She wants me to come over right now. Can I just talk to her a minute?
Go ahead, go ahead.
You're kidding! She pushed me onto her balcony and locked the door. I don't get it.
I just asked the detective to negotiate with her, to keep that guy from escaping until the police arrive. I told her, if you lock him on the balcony, I won't sue you for adultery.
Huh? The police!
I've called the police. I'm sure they'll be there soon. I don't want you to run away or anything by then.
Wait a minute! I'm not dressed. In this cold weather, I look like a pervert. And she's gone away. You, do something about it.
It's freezing in Connecticut. It's nature's medicine, as you said. You can chill that crazy head of yours.
It's cold. It's not good. I'll catch a cold if I don't do something.
You did the same thing to Daisy. You're an adult. You can handle it.
What? I'm naked. I'm simmering and can't write.
Don't worry. The police will be there soon.
Good luck.
Help! A few minutes later, Kevin was found rattling and shaking on the balcony. The police arrested him. And as it was, he was charged with abandonment of a person responsible for the protection of children. He was given a 2-year grace period. With the help of a lawyer, the divorce was finalized immediately. Of course, I had custody of our child. I'll never let Daisy see that man again. I demanded $30,000 in alimony and $100,000 in child support. Kevin, who has been playing with women for 6 months without working, has no savings. He has nothing. When I talked to my parents-in-law about it, they promised me that they would get him a strict job through their connections. My father-in-law promised me that he would make sure that I would get the money. He's a very strict man. I'm sure he will have a very hard life ahead of him. By the way, there are girlfriends from each state. Except for the one in New York who came to our house, they didn't know that my husband was married. I can only say that it is really scum to hide the fact that he is married and go out with girls. I demanded $20,000 in alimony only from the girlfriend in New York. She realized that she couldn't get out of it, so she immediately transferred the money to me. Daisy is now completely fine. Emily decided to throw a party to celebrate her recovery. It's really reassuring to have her so close by. I'm glad I divorced such a lousy man. I hope Daisy will not be lonely. I want to continue to give Daisy lots of love and affection.